Hello, Your Majesty. Welcome back to another episode of the Royal Reset Podcast. This is episode 8, and I am so happy, so glad, so excited that you are here with me again today on another Sunday while we work together to reset our weeks. I'm so glad to see you, Your Majesty. Look at you, gorgeous. You're looking good. Please tell me, how are you doing today? I understand, Your Majesty. I hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I am happy that you are here. I'm glad to see you. I am doing good. This weekend has been tough on the 75 hard front. Today is day 56, and I don't want to do none of this 75 hard mess. Yesterday I didn't want to do it. Today I didn't want to do it. And then after forcing myself to work out yesterday, that's when I was like, oh, got to talk to the queen about this tomorrow. And so that's where today's episode has come from. But right here, right now, since I'm here with you, I'm doing good. After this, I have to go to church. I'll be doing good after that. I have to do some sort of 75 hard mess. I'm getting tired. That's what the struggle is. I'm getting tired of this 75 hard mess. So yes, let's get into the week. How was your week? But first, go ahead and prop me up, Your Majesty. Prop me up in your laundry room. Prop me up in your kitchen. Prop me up in the living room, wherever it is that you are cleaning, doing your laundry, doing your chores, resetting and getting ready for the new week. Prop me up, Your Majesty, and let's chat. Now, last week, you told me about some goals that you had for the week. And we discussed Lilo and Stitch. Yes. Especially for my my strong, independent, firstborn, my caregivers, my children parenting their parents. Yeah. I talked specifically to you last week and told you to take some time for yourself. Did you reach your goals? Give me all the tea, Your Majesty. Was there setbacks? Were there pivots? Let me know what's up. Wow. Look at you. Look at you, Your Majesty, out here doing the damn thing. Even if you didn't reach your goals this week, the fact that you are actively working towards what you want and not just wishing, praying, hoping, and manifesting it, Your Majesty. And I put quotes over manifestation, not because manifestation is not real, but because a lot of people like to use manifestation as a excuse not to put in the work. And look at you. You don't have no excuses. You're out there doing a damn thing. And you are someone who knows that even if you fail, that failure is temporary and it teaches you what you need to do in order to succeed. You know that even if you fail, when you start over again, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from the failure. And you're learning and you're growing from there. You're persistent. You're dedicated. And you will eventually reach your goals. I know it, Your Majesty, because I see you. I see the queen in you, and I believe in you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When I say yes, sir, you know what I mean. Yeah, just a term of phrase. Okay. Cool, cool. Well, my week was great and exhausting. I saw somebody on Thread say that this was the longest 4-day week ever. Yeah, because we squeezed 5 days of work into those 4 days. Oh my gosh. Monday was a bang. It was awesome. It was amazing. Went to Disneyland. As y'all know, I am a Disney adult. So went to Disneyland. It was great. Saw the fireworks again. It was great. Read a good, juicy, delicious book. It was great. Tuesday was work. And everybody's asking the same question, which gets annoying. How was your 4-day weekend? How was your 4-day weekend? How was your 4-day weekend? How about I? No, I'm joking. So yeah, it was what it was. I did, however, reach my goals of reading this week. I have read 2 books, Your Majesty, 2 books. And not those boring ass self-help non-fiction books. We ain't talking about that bull smack. I'm talking about juicy romance books, what do you call it? Romanticy books. And a dark romance. Yeah, so I read 2 books this week. Did my 75 hard. I did wake up at 2 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Thursday morning, I woke up at 2 a.m., turned my alarm off, closed my eyes for just a second. And when I opened my eyes, it was 4 a.m. So, yeah, and then Friday, I didn't even try. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. I didn't even try on Friday. And so, yes, but the tasks still got done. And we are here today, day 56, ready to slay, ready to get it done. Got some good news. A promotion and a raise is in my future. So that's good. And yeah, that was my week. Really good week, but just really tiring and very exhausting. I would like to, before I started this 75 hard, well, you know what? I'll save that for later. Because that's practically what we're discussing today. So I'll save that for later. But just know my week was good. And I finally met the goal of getting some reading done. I'm still only at about 13 books for the year, and my goal is 115. Yikes. But we will get it going. We will get it going. This is around the time where I start to 3, 4, 5 books a week. So again, I at 2.5 this week, and I'm going to the beach today to make it 3. So don't worry, we gonna get there. We will get there. Alrighty, so let's move into our next segment. Positive news for the week. Positive news? Something that made me feel, that made me go, just like that. Is when the orange Voldemort's tariffs were blocked. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Now they were unblocked. However, it just goes to show that the system is slow as fuck. But it's working. It's working. A little bit. A very little bit. A very little. A very, very, very little bit. A very little bit. But that gave me a reason to just to breathe. To breathe. And with this promotion, my company is multicultural. That's not the word. It's in multiple countries. Multiple countries. And so with this promotion, it opens up my opportunities, the different countries that are available for me to move to in case I need to fly this coop. You know? Before, I was telling everybody Japan. I'm moving to Japan. I'm moving to Japan. However, everybody and their mama has got Japan in their head. And so I'm like, if that's where everybody's going, Japan's going to end up doing something to block y'all just from coming to their country. So you know what? Let me think of another plan and put Japan as plan B. So plan A, I'm not even going to say it out loud. Should I gatekeep? No, I shouldn't gatekeep. I'm looking at Australia or Costa Rica. These are the two countries that I'm looking at now because my company is also in Australia and also in Costa Rica. So, yes, moving there will be no problem because I would still have a job. And that's how we work. Alrighty, so yes, that is the positive news for this week. The system is working. It's slow. And it doesn't work all the time. But it's blocking major issues. And that appeases the little anxiety person in my brain and calms her down a little bit and just has her taking deep breaths, taking a step back, and letting joy and peace take over the little switchboard. If you know, you know. Yes. Alrighty. Well, that is our positive news for the week. So, what is entertaining me this week? I told y'all I read 2 delicious, juicy books. And you know what? I don't remember the names. One is called Forbidden Vows. And it was a mafia, dark romance mafia book. And the premise was they have a night of passion. And then a couple months later, she realizes not only is she pregnant, but he is the guy, the mafia boss, who is supposed to be marrying her sister. Dun, dun, dun. What happens? How do they figure out that mess? It was good. It was, not as detailed as I would have wanted it to be. Like, I'm very particular with my writing, you know? Like, there's this one author who I love, Stephanie Hudson, who did the Afterlife series. If you haven't checked out Afterlife and you love dark romance, that is a series for you, okay? 12 books, right? But it could have been written in 6 because her details, she just goes in on the details, okay? She goes in. She was wearing bright, sparkly lipstick in the shade of maroon brown. Her eyes curled. Her eyebrows slayed to the gods. Her hair was in a twist, and she wore a gold tiara that sparkled like jewels in the sun, and she wore a black tank. I don't need to know every single thing she's wearing. I really don't need to know every single thing that's in the room that they just stepped into. I don't. I really don't. I really don't need that. But however, she had long ass conversations between characters that were just so good and so entertaining. And the storyline is good and entertaining. She actually has spin-offs from the original 12 Afterlife books. And I want to read them, but again, I don't need to know every single thing that every single character is wearing. I don't need to know every single thing about what's in the room that they just walked into, what the house looks like. I need details, which Forbidden Vows didn't give me all the details, because like I need to see it. I'm one of those people that when I read, I see it in my head as a movie as I'm reading. So I need details, and Forbidden Vows didn't give me all the details that I needed. But Stephanie Hudson sometimes gives me sometimes all the time, gives me way too much. I don't need 20 pages on what the nightclub looked like. I don't. But still good. Such a good series, and I highly recommend it. Even still, and you'll learn as you go along what you can skip. Because as soon as someone walks into a new room, you're going to get 5 pages on what that room looks like. Love you, Stephanie Hudson. I do, but girl. And this new one, Forbidden Vows, was written by Casey Crawford. I need you to up it up. Pump it up a little bit. I need more details from you, more of what he looked like, more of what she looked like, more of what they're wearing, more of what the room looks like. I just don't need 5 pages of it. The other book was called, I'm gonna have to put it in the description, but it was a cute little cozy shifter romance, right? A little cozy read, and it was corny. But again, cute little shifter, cozy romance, just something you curl up and read in a day, all right? And the premise for that one was he was a firefighter, and he got a call, and he shows up at the call because this woman called 911 because her son had turned into a lion and was stuck in a tree. And so he goes to get this lion cub shifter out of the tree and realizes that she is his mate. And she's human, which is why she's surprised that her son just turned into a lion. And he is a broken shifter because he has 2 animals. His name is Griffin, and he has a lion and an eagle. You see where I'm going? His name is Griffin. You see? So yeah, it was really cute, but it was so corny, but it was cozy and it was cute, and it was like a good little fluffy, like booky book. So yes, I finished that first one, the firefighter one, in about 3 days, cause work. And then I started Forbidden Vows Friday night and finished it yesterday afternoon, and started a new book. What's the name of this new book that I'm reading? Read My Lips. Not read, Read My Lips. So far, so good. However, the female main character, I love her. She's fierce. She's plus size. She is confident. Yes, love all these things about her, but she likes to go stabby stab. She likes it. She's developing serial tendencies, and I'm like, I don't know. I like the male main characters to be a little psychotic. I don't like my female main characters to be psychotic, because like, who's gonna be the voice of reason in this relationship? Because he's stalking her. So like, we all just crazy? Is that what's happening? So yeah, that's the only reason why I'm not finished with that book yet, because everything else about it, fantabulous. But that, her obsession with, and don't get me wrong, the people that she has so far deserved it. In a book sense. In a book sense. If you're a dark romance reader, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But still, like, it's a bit much, my child. It's a bit much. Anywho, that is what is entertaining me this week. Yeah, it's been a good week for books. Hopefully we'll keep this show rolling and keep reading and somehow, some way make it to that goal of 115 books this year. That's how many I read last year. But also last year, I had a lot more time to read. I wasn't doing this 75 hard. So, you know, all this time that I'm spending going to bed early so that I can wake up early, and then like working out, and then like reading these ugly, boring books that are good for me, yes, but boring. It's taken away from my good reading time, my juicy reading time. You know. Anywho, let's get down to the main nitty gritty segment of today, and that is, Your Majesty, Miss Megan Thee motherfucking Stallion and her swimsuit launch, or her walk during swimsuit week. Did you see it? I'm not even gonna ask you if you saw it, because I know you saw it. We all saw it. Every time I look at that queen, and today is June 1st, so I can say this proudly. Every time I look at her, I'm always like, am I sure? Am I positive? And the question I always come back to in my head is, if you put her and Jason Momoa in a room together, and they both said yes, would I choose her? No. Would I choose both of them? No. I'm kicking her ass out and I'm climbing him like a tree. That's the only thing that keeps me, okay. All right. Yes, but I'm going to appreciate it still, because God damn, man. Nasty in the best way. Wow. Work, Your Majesty. Work. But what I really want to discuss is how you can see the work that she is putting in to keep herself mentally sane and out of the bottle, while still continuing to deal with the nastiness and the messed up struggles that come from this whole Tory Lane situation and the internet being against her because of this whole Tory Lane situation. Not the internet, our own people, black people specifically, being against her with this whole Tory Lane situation. I am so proud of her, because you can see and you can tell just from that walk alone, with the muscle definition in the thighs, Your Majesty. You can tell that she has been putting in that work, and that is why we are here today. Because I want you to know that if for some reason a couple of weeks ago we spoke about seeking help, if you need help when discussing the trial and Cassie's involvement in her standing trial and giving her testimony and sharing her side, we discussed that if you need help, seek help, even if you're scared. There are people out there who want to help you, who want to see you succeed, who want to see you be happy, who want to see you living your best life. Yes, and I am one of them. Always know that. I'm always here for you, always in your corner, Your Majesty. However, sometimes we can't afford that help. Sometimes we are out here alone in the world by ourselves. Sometimes we don't have mentors. We don't have positive role models. We are stuck in a situation where everything around us is toxic, negative, and seeking help is a lot easier said than done. Right? And so when we're in these situations, and I want to be clear that these situations that I'm talking about are not situations that are dangerous. I'm not talking domestic violence. You need to seek help if you're in a domestic violence situation. If you're in a home situation as a teen or as a child watching this, you should seek help. But if you're in a situation that's toxic but not necessarily violent, but it's still difficult for you to seek help or start, or even to imagine telling someone what you're going through because of fear, anxiety, or embarrassment. These are all feelings that are valid because you're feeling them. If you feel them, they're valid. However, I want you to know that there are still people here who are willing to help you, and they will not shame you. They will not judge you. They will help you. But sometimes, like I said, that internal battle that we have, it's hard to break through that internal noise to seek the help that we need. And so another way to go about changing the situations that we're in that are toxic, that are hurting us, that are keeping us mentally unstable, giving us anxiety, giving us depression. Or if you're just someone who is prone to depression and anxiety, a great way to start where it's just you and yourself until you work up I don't want to say courage, because that feels wrong. But for the lack of a better term, courage to seek help. Until you work up the courage to seek help. A great way to get started right here, right now, today, is working out. Exercise. Not only that, journaling, meditating. Great way to get started. Now, if you have not seen Megan Thee Stallion's, she dropped a documentary last year on Amazon Prime. If you have not seen that, then you don't know that she actually went to rehab for a month or two, December, January-ish. And in that time, she worked with therapists, and after that, she started to work out again. And those two things, therapy and working out, is what she's using to help her mental health while she's dealing with this situation, this very public, very stupid. It's really stupid, you all. It's really stupid that she's still having to defend herself and stand up for herself and fight for herself even after the trial is already over, said and done. You know, a judge sent him to jail, not her, but she's still paying for it while he's the one locked up. Like, make it make sense, you know? And so, yeah, I wanted to talk about this and share my story a bit, similar to what we did last week with Lilo and Stitch, because I think it will give you, especially those of you who don't feel ready to speak to someone else about your situation, it will give you another way to start working on reaching your goal of getting out of that situation. Because all you need is you for this. All you need is you. If you don't feel comfortable speaking to someone about what it is you're going through and seeking help, you can seek help from yourself. Working out, journaling, and meditating are things that you hear almost every single day, I bet. And I know you went, oh, I know, but just hear me out, listen to my story, and hopefully it'll help show you that there is a reason why these things keep coming up every single time you Google, how do I get out of this situation? Every single time you Google, how do I work through my depression? How do I work through my anxiety? If you don't want to talk to someone, you have to do something, Your Majesty. Because you deserve better than this situation that you're in right now. Right? So, why not give this a try? Right? So, let's start with journaling and meditating. These are my New Year's Eve resolutions. I'm very big on goals. I'm very, very big on setting goals and intentions for the year, every year, especially New Year's Eve resolutions. A few years ago, it was no soda for the year. After that, it was being selfish all year, and learning to reprogram my mind to recognize and realize and understand that being selfish is not selfish. One year it was getting to know who I am. The year before that, and what I did for that, it was I reconnected with my father to get to know more about his side of who I am and where I came from. There's so many different, I do it every year. And so this year, my goals, my New Year's Eve resolution was to pray every day on my knees, to meditate, and to journal. Now, I set these goals because I know that when I do these things, I feel better mentally. My depression stays away. And the journaling especially helps with my anxiety. Right? So I knew this is something that I wanted to go into the year 2025 with, because I knew that I wanted this year to be my year. And I mean, look at me. I'm looking good. I'm looking gorgeous. I'm smiling. I'm, glowing. I'm up here talking to you, which is something that I've had in my head to do for years. I'm doing 75 hard, which is something I've wanted to do for years. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. I'm out here getting ready to get promoted, get a raise. Like, these things are all attributed to me taking time every single day to journal and to meditate. So this was my New Year's Eve resolution. This is what I set out to do this year, because there are goals that I've had for years that I know I cannot reach until I get my mind right. And the best way to get my mind right that I know of that has helped me in the past is through journaling and through meditation. So how do I meditate and how do I journal? What am I doing every single day this year that is compelling me to make these changes in my life for the better, that'll help me more easily access the tools that I need to reach my goals, or help me stay disciplined enough to reach my goals finally. So let's break it down. Meditation. I do guided meditations. There is such a thing. When I first started hearing about meditation, I thought, there was only one way to do it. You sit down, you put your hands out, you go, and you're supposed to empty out your mind. That's what I thought meditation was. And that is a version of it. But there are also guided meditations where you put headphones in, you can sit down or you can lie down, and you listen to this guided meditation and you get lost in the guided meditation and whatever it is the guided meditation is about. I use YouTube for free. Free 99. You ain't got to pay a damn dime. Power Thoughts Meditation Club. Just Shepherd is one of them. And I'll put my faves down below. But yeah, just search on YouTube guided meditation for blank. And something, I promise you, will pop up. My favorite, though, is Power Thoughts Meditation Club. And these meditations can be anywhere from 5 minutes to 8 minutes to 20 minutes to a whole ass hour. It all depends on you. You can start with 5 minutes. Or if you feel like you're ready to keep going, 10 minutes. A good sweet spot is a nice little 20-minute meditation. Yes. But just to get started, there are 5-minute meditations that you can try. All you do, Your Majesty, is you sit or you lay down, you put on headphones and you listen. And they will take care of the rest. That's why it's called a guided meditation, because they're guiding you through it. They're guiding you through closing your eyes, dropping your tongue from the roof of your mouth, relaxing, giving you visuals of like a golden light orb that's above your head that slowly pulses over your body, and as it slowly pulses over your body, your body gets heavier, and you relax, and it drains all the tension out of your body, out to the bottom and out of the tips of your toes. And by the time they're done working you over like that, you do not know where you begin or where you end. You are deep in the meditation. And then they move forward with whatever the topic of the meditation is. If you like to read, if you like to watch movies, if you like to watch TV shows, if you like to play video games that have a storyline in them, guided meditations are it. That is for you. Because literally that's what they're doing. They're going through these beautiful stories that help remind you that it is okay to let go. That anxiety is just a fear of the unknown. And it's okay not to know what's going to happen. Because right here and right now, you are safe. You are okay in this present moment. These guided meditations bring you into the present. Help you turn your brain off so you can have these moments of peace and introspection. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Again, Power Thoughts Meditation Club, Rising Higher Meditation is a good one. And most of this year, I found this other channel on YouTube where most of their meditations are 10 minutes. So I'm just doing a quick 10-minute meditation where I am spending time with my inner child, with my higher self, with my spirit guides, with God himself. And I'm remembering who I am, my purpose, coming into the present, and just releasing stress, anxiety, depression, and negative thoughts. And it's great. It is great. So that is one thing that I do every single day, and that's how I do it. Meditations, guided meditations through YouTube. Simple, quick, easy, and free. Something you can start doing right here, right now, today, Your Majesty. Okay? Another thing, journaling. If you're an anxious girl, this is for you, because again, anxiety is where you have this fear of the unknown, and so your brain is making up 50 million things that could happen, and for some reason they're all horrible, terrible things. There's never anything positive. You never have anxiety over something positive happening. There's always something negative happening. And then you get carried away, especially if you're a creative writer like myself. All the things you can think, the places you can go with your brain. Yes, journaling allows you to write all that shit down. Write it all down. Get it out of here. Put it on the page and leave it on the page. Put it on the page and leave it on the page. So my very favorite way of journaling is stream of consciousness journaling. Okay? How much depends on whether or not I'm reading The Artist's Way or not. Because if I'm reading The Artist's Way, I'm doing the 3 pages that is required in that book by Julia Cameron. But if I'm not reading The Artist's Way, I should be reading The Artist's Way right now. However, 75 Hard took over that. So I'm going to have to start over. But when I'm not reading The Artist's Way, I do until there's nothing else left for me to say. Sometimes that's a half a page. Sometimes that's a page. Sometimes that's 2 pages. Sometimes it's 5. It just really depends on what I'm going through in that day, or what my brain is shouting at me in that day. But really, it just allows you to get all your questions, all your anxious thoughts, all of your stresses, your worries, your celebrations too, out and on the page. Whatever's in your brain, put it on the page. Don't think about grammar. Don't think about spelling. Just write it down, write it down, write it down. Whatever you're thinking, write it down until there's nothing left up here stressing you out and worrying you, because it's all here on the page. It's all there on the page. And if this is something that, if someone finds it, it could be devastating for you, take it out, rip it up. Rip it up. Throw it away. Even better. No, it's no longer in your head. It's no longer on the page. It's nothing but tiny strips of trash. But it's no longer up here bothering you. You feel me? It's a way to decompress. It's a way to let go. It's a way to get all of that noise out. Healthy. In a healthy way. Put it on the page and let it go. Put it on the page and let it go. Now, again, you will need something to write on and something to write with for this. And again, if this is something that is, if you're in a situation where these pages can get in the wrong hands. Tear them up, throw them away. Tear them up, run water on them so the ink bleeds, and then throw them away. I would say, but if you live in California or somewhere where, let's not play with that. Tear it up, run some water over it, throw it away. Those are the ways that I journal and I meditate. All in all, every single day, if I'm doing meditation, when I meditate, journal, and pray, I'm only spending about 20 to 30 minutes doing this every single day. And being able to get all these ideas and all these anxious thoughts out onto the page, and then decompressing and spending time here in the present, in the moment, and then time talking to God and meditating with God, while all being one with my higher self and my inner child. All these things together have me making these decisions that are propelling me forward in life. And so this is why I made the decision to finally start this podcast. This is why I made the decision to finally start doing 75 Hard. So let's talk 75 Hard. Yesterday, I did not want to do this shit. Before 75 Hard, my Saturdays looked like me laying down in bed naked. Yes, because I don't wear clothes at home. Eating a pint of cookies and cream Baskin Robbins ice cream and reading. I miss it. I miss it so much because really, there's no days where I can rot on the couch. There's no days where I can do absolutely nothing because I have to work out twice a day, every single day. I have to drink a gallon of water every single day. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. If I don't do one of those things, I have to start over at day 1. And I'll be damned if I came this far, day 56, and I have to start over. Hell no. But yesterday I was close. I was close to giving up because I was like with my mom having lunch, and I was like, I do not want to work out. It was 4:56, having dinner practically. And I was like, I don't want to work out, Mom. I do not want to do this. I would rather go home and read or go to sleep. I'm tired. I do not want to do this. And so whenever I get into those modes, especially with 75 Hard, I do not go home. Because if I come home, if I come into this room right here, it's a wrap. It's not going to get done. So I stay out and force myself to stay out and get it done out there. So I actually surprised my mom because I left her saying that I was going to go and do it and go home. However, I just walked, did my 2 workouts in that area, and came back to her like, okay, I'm feeling better. I did my 2 workouts. I drank my gallon of water. I'm good. Here's the thing, Your Majesty. I started my first walk yesterday. Slow, sluggish, walking like a snail, drinking my water, pissed off at the world, mad that I had to do this. Something told me, go ahead and put some music on. It can't hurt. It might help it go faster. Put my headphones on. And would you know that halfway through the first walk, halfway through a gallon of water, I'm already feeling better. I'm walking a little bit faster with a little bit more of a pep in my step. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh shit, it's been 45 minutes. So let's go back. 75 hard. What are the rules for 75 hard? I have to work out twice a day, every day for 45 minutes each time. One must be outside. I have to drink a gallon of water every day. I have to take a progress photo every day. I have to read 10 pages of a self-help nonfiction book every day. And I have to choose a diet, any diet, but stick to that diet. No cheat meals and no alcohol. Those are the 5 rules for 75 hard. You have to do those 5 things every a day for 75 days. If you miss one of those things, you have to start over from the beginning, day 1, right? Okay. And again, I'm on day 56, right? I am not doing no crazy gym workouts, nothing, none of that. Before I started, I was like, let me do something easier. Walking. I lost weight. Again, 75 hard is not a fitness challenge, but I lost weight in Australia on accident because I was walking everywhere in Australia. And so for this challenge, I was like, you know what? I'm going to walk. And then I'm going to do YouTube videos for yoga, Pilates, and stretching. That is the working out that I'm going to do. Okay? About Beyonce time, when I did those 5 Beyonce LA Cowboy Carter tours shows, about that time I let go of that the YouTube yoga and Pilates and all that mess. And now I'm strictly just walking 45 minutes twice a day, every day, right? So I started my walk yesterday, mad at the world, mad at myself. No one told me to do this, Jasmine. That's what I always say to myself. No one told you to do this. Why are you doing this to yourself? Because, and this is my why, I deserve to see what my life looks like on the other side of my goals. Because I do. I deserve to see what my dream life looks like, what my best life looks like. I deserve to see that. And the only way to get there is to get my mind right, to get my discipline on point. That's what 75 hard is. It's a discipline challenge. It's a mental health challenge to help you build mental strength and discipline, right? And so I didn't want to do it. Started it, mad at the world, mad at myself. And halfway through the first walk, halfway through a gallon of water, I'm already feeling better. Working out, moving your body helps you feel better, Your Majesty. Moving your muscles, moving your legs, getting fresh air and sunshine. Every single time you're going to feel 9 times, 10 times better than you did when you started. And I promise you that. And when you hear working out, I want you to know that working out can mean anything where you are moving your body. Anything where you are moving your body. You do not have to go lifting weights. You do not have to go do HIIT classes. You do not have to do Pilates. You do not have to do yoga. You do not have to go running at 30 miles per hour like that dude Ashton. The guy, y'all know what I'm talking about. That be up there doing the running. He just did a video with DJ Khaled running with him. Like, you don't have to be running, doing all that. You ain't got to do all that to work out. As long as you are moving your body, you are working out. You can walk. You can go for a bike ride. You can literally drive to the beach, rent a bike, and go for a bike ride on the beach. You can walk up and down some stairs. You can go swimming. You can play a game of kickball. You can play a game of tag with the family or friends. As long as you are moving your body, you are working out, Your Majesty. It does not have to be painful. It can be fun. And for me, I love walking because, one, I do not drive. I will never, ever, 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 ever drive again. And so walking for me, I just say I can't get somewhere until I walk 45 minutes. in that direction. Then I can take a lift, or then I can take the bus to finish out the wherever it is I need to go. It's just easier for me because I can always just get up no matter where I'm at and just walk. I was eating dinner with my mom yesterday, and I was like, you know what? No, it's time for me to go for my walk. And I just left her, walked 45 minutes away from her, sat, read my 10 pages, got up, and walked 45 minutes back to her. It's really that simple and that easy. And I love walking because it's a form of meditation for me. Because I can think and, work through issues or through problems, or just be here in the present, looking at the sky, looking at, trees, or I can listen to my music, which is something that I love to do, and just get lost in the music and dancing and doing that. Next thing you know, it's been 45 minutes. But I promise you, I was dead to the world yesterday before going on that walk. And as soon as I finished, I felt 100 times better. Said 10 times before, I felt 100 times better. If you are in a situation that is detrimental to your health, that has you anxious, depressed, stressed out, if you are in a toxic situation, these 3 things, meditating, journaling, working out, just going for a simple walk every single day, will help clear your head, clear the fog, clear your anxiety, and help you start to make decisions that will help you get out of the situation that you're in. It will help you find the courage to talk to someone and to seek the help that you need to get out of the situation. It's something that you can do right here, right now, as you, no strings attached, for free. It costs nothing for you to get up, go outside, and take a walk. It costs absolutely nothing. It's absolutely free. It costs nothing for you to pull up YouTube, put on your headphones, and listen to a guided meditation. I mean, if you and I can have this conversation right here, right now on YouTube, I know for damn sure that you can put on some headphones and listen to a guided meditation for 5 to 10 minutes. These are easy things that work, Your Majesty. They work. I am living proof, and Megan Thee Stallion's fine ass is living proof of them too. You see her videos, her out there putting in the work. She's doing that crazy workout, that shit that hurts, right? And look at her smiling, glowing, muscles just muscling, body just bodying, body tea. Even though this little leprechaun is still harassing her, still trying to bring her down, using his goons that hide behind screens on the internet to try to tear her down. She's still out here slaying, living her best life because she's working on her mental health. And how she's doing that is she's working with a therapist and she's working out. And I'm telling you right here, right now, if you're not ready for therapy, meditating, journaling, taking walks every single day, that will change your life. I promise you. I promise you, Your Majesty. So, this week, your goal is to get on your Megan Thee Stallion Hot Girl Summer-ish. And I want you to take a walk, Your Majesty. You could do this. Now, last week I told you had to spend some time with yourself, just yourself, no family, no friends, nobody. This week you can do this with someone else. That's fine. There is a creator on TikTok who calls her walks her hot girl walks. Go on a hot girl walk. But make sure you take your phone, your headphones, and a notepad and a pen with you. Because during that walk, at some point during that walk, I want you to sit down. I want you to do a guided meditation. And I want you to journal, stream of conscious, whatever you're thinking, put it on the page. Give me one page. Give me 10 minutes in a guided meditation, and give me at least 20 minutes of a walk. All in all, you're spending 45 minutes to an hour on you, on your mental health. And tell me you don't feel better after you do that. Even if you weren't feeling anxious or stressed that day, tell me you don't feel like conquering the world after you go on this hot girl walk. I promise you, Your Majesty, you're going to feel like the bee's knees. That is your goal for next week. Now, we spoke about how you slayed your goals this week. We spoke about your pivots. We spoke about your setbacks and your roadblocks. What are your goals for next week? Tell me. Wow, that sounds amazing. You are amazing. And I believe you are going to reach each and every single one of those goals. How could you not? I mean, look at you, Your Majesty. You are magnificent. You are powerful. And your life has purpose. You are already 100 steps ahead of everybody else in this world, because so many people would rather think it into existence, would rather manifest it, would rather pray about it, but they would not rather do the work. And you are putting in the work. Look at you right now doing your chores. Got me propped up doing your chores, getting ready for the week ahead, getting yourself prepared mentally, physically, emotionally to slay your week. You're already 100 steps ahead of everybody else. You are going to succeed. I know it because I see it in you. I see the queen in you. I'm just so proud of you. And I cannot wait to talk to you next week, same time, same place, and hear how exactly you slayed your goals. I'm just so excited for you. So happy for you. My goals for next week: what is 7 plus 56? I'm going to have to pull out my fingers because I don't know math. 56, 57, 58, 9, 61, 2, 63. Okay, so I hope to reach day 63 on my 75 hard journey. I hope to read 3 more books. And I want one of those books to be Mama Tina's book because I have it. And I want us to talk about it. I just haven't read it yet. So I want to read 3 books next week. And I want one of them to be Mama Tina's book. And I have a number in my head for this raise that I'm getting. I want that number. I'm getting that number. I'm letting you know now, that number that's in my head, that's the number that they're going to offer me off the rip. And then I'm just going to negotiate a little bit more just because. But if I don't get them a little bit more, as long as I get that number off the rip, I'll be fine. There's a number I have in my head. I want that number. That's the number I want. So, yeah, those are my goals for this week coming up. And that about wraps up our conversation, our episode for this week. Your Majesty, thank you so much for hanging out with me again, for allowing me to inspire and motivate you as you move forward into your next week. Remember, you are magnificent. You are powerful. You are purposeful. I see the queen in you. So go on, step and slay, Your Majesty. Thank you again, and I will see you next week. Same time, same place. All right? Have a good week, Your Majesty. Bye.